Hey, welcome to a new video. In a fascinating incident that has sparked curiosity and speculation, a ghostly figure was captured on camera in Vickers Hill, which is in Northern Ireland. The history of Vickers Hill adds to the eerie atmosphere. Originally built in 1772 as the diocesan registry for the Church of Ireland, the building has witnessed countless events over the centuries, possibly contributing to its haunted reputation. The footage shows a shadowy figure dressed in old-fashioned clothing, complete with a hat, crossing a quiet street. Many people in the comments believe that this could have been a ghost. As it crossed the street, the figure seems unaware of the modern world around it, as if it's living in a bygone era. Witnesses noted the distinctive clothing style, reminiscent of the late 19th or early 20th century. The figure's path leads towards a fence, where onlookers would expect it to stop or turn around. But instead, the ghost passes through the fence without hesitation. This sighting has reignited discussion about the history of Vickers Hill, and the surrounding areas, which are known for their rich folklore and ghost stories.
Are you new to this channel? Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And before we start, also like the video. Only when it's nighttime and there's no one around except for the forest and cars do the Fresno Nightcrawlers emerge. The Fresno Nightcrawler, also known as the Fresno Alien, is a creature that has amazed people with its strange appearance since 2007. The creature is described as having a pair of long legs and a small body, resembling a pair of walking pants. It reportedly only appears at night in isolated places without any explanation. This man had parked his car somewhere in the dark and was shocked to see a strange creature walking past. In 2011, the creature was also photographed by Yosemite Lakes Park, further fueling the mythology around it. The video footage you see here is more recent and was captured in a deserted area in Billings, Montana. The exact nature of the Fresno Nightcrawler and what it wants remains a mystery. Skeptics have tried to attribute the sightings to a hoax or some kind of puppet, but believers continue to insist that the creature's real. Interestingly, near the location where the footage was captured, there was also a report of a deer carcass, leading to speculation of a potential diet or hunting habits of the Fresno Nightcrawler. On a dark, eerie night, a man was driving through the woods when suddenly out of nowhere, a figure crossed the snowy road. The dashcam footage was reportedly shot in an area of the Ural Mountains in Russia. According to several people, this is proof that the Yeti, a giant primate species, really exists. Could this person have just captured one of the most credible Yeti sightings ever on his dashcam? If we look at the video, we can see that for a moment, the headlights of the car shine on the creature that's clearly walking on two legs. The car driver immediately stops the car, and he and the passengers cannot believe what they just saw. They finally decide to drive forward again, but as you could guess, the figure has disappeared. However, this wouldn't have been the first time people have reported sightings of Yetis in the area, so who knows? This is usually how horror movies start. At night, a man is driving down a deserted road and suddenly sees a person in a hoodie who appears to be next to the car. But what if this kind of thing also happens in real life? This is exactly what happened to a married couple, and the dashcam of their car managed to film the moment. The couple was driving at night not far from Sydney, Australia, when suddenly a hooded man appeared in the middle of the road. The driver stopped his car, and the scary man started screaming. Naturally, the driver got scared and drove off, and this is probably a night he'll never forget. Unfortunately, it's unclear what this creepy man was doing in the middle of the road. But I think that most people would have just driven around him, especially if this was in the middle of the night.
On April 2024, a woman from Queensland, Australia shared disturbing dashcam footage showing a man jumping onto her windshield. The terrifying incident occurred on a Saturday night, as the woman was driving home from work. The dashcam video shows the female driver arriving in a suburban area, where she encountered a couple arguing in the middle of the road. As the woman tried to carefully navigate around the man, he suddenly charged at her car. In a shocking twist, he leaped onto the hood and began pounding on the windshield with his fists. The woman later reported that the man also tried to open the passenger door, but luckily it was locked. For several tense seconds, she felt trapped, unable to move with the man on the hood and the woman behind the car. Only when the man eventually jumped off was she able to speed off to the Cleveland police station to file a report.
When people first saw this next dashcam footage, they thought it was just an ordinary moose. But when someone decided to analyze the video, they were horrified. From the woods, a creepy and faceless creature appears to emerge. It crouches low to the ground, pale in color, and appears to be stalking an animal. People compared this mysterious creature to the rake, a creature said to have a pale face and prefers crouching and walking on all fours. This creature is often depicted as being able to move with incredible speed and agility and enjoys hunting at night. The legend of the rake began in 2006, when online posts began circulating on internet forums about alleged sightings of this creature. Believe it or not, there have been numerous sightings and reports of the rake over the years, many of which were attributed to sleep paralysis or vivid nightmares. What do you think we're seeing in this video footage? Could it be the legendary creature, the rake, or is it something else? In this video, uploaded in 2017, we see two men talking about anything and everything while driving home in the middle of the night. When they come in the bend of the road, they suddenly see something in the middle of the road. Just look. After they see something sitting there, they find the situation scary and decide to reverse the car and finally drive away. In my opinion, the reaction of the boys sounded very believable, so I don't find it strange that they decided to leave. People in the comments think it might have been a ghost, but what exactly this strange figure was has never become clear. What do you think? Let me know in those comments.
In January 2024, a Tesla experienced a disturbing phenomenon when it detected mysterious human figures at a cemetery during a frightening late-night drive. The unnamed driver was traveling through a cemetery in Burrillville, Rhode Island. These mysterious figures were detected on the car's display in the northwest of Providence. Along with his fiancée and brother, they screamed in terror as they saw these apparitions. The mysterious figures even appeared to multiply on the screen, and the driver claimed that Tesla wasn't simply picking up gravestones. If that were the case, they would have appeared as stationary objects on display. The eerie sightings coincided with a drive past the house that inspired the events in the horror film The Conjuring. This film tells the terrifying experience of the Perron family, who lived in Rhode Island in the 1970s and sought help from paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. The family experienced numerous hauntings, which were attributed to a spirit believed to be Bathsheba Sherman, an alleged witch who had lived in the house for years. However, this Tesla incident isn't the first report of figures appearing on the vehicle's console while driving past cemeteries. Does this mean that Teslas are detecting something that the human eye can't see? What do you think? Let me know in the comments.
This Dashcam was actually meant to capture coyotes, but instead it captured a mysterious creature. The sighting took place in a quiet suburb after 1 a.m. in the Anaheim Hills, USA, and has since baffled everyone. We see an ape-like creature standing in the middle of the street, far enough to make it difficult to identify its features and the creature itself. Two suggestions have emerged as to what this creature could possibly be. Some believe that it's a gorilla that has escaped from a nearby zoo. Others speculate that it could be the legendary Bigfoot, a creature that many people believe inhabits the forests and mountains across North America, but whose existence has not yet been proven. While the identity of the creature remains a mystery, the sighting has reignited interest in the search for Bigfoot. The following people were doing a road trip when they suddenly saw a whitish figure crossing the road. It's unknown where they are, but we can see that they're driving their car on a creepy road deep in the night. What would you do if you suddenly saw a creepy figure completely in white crossing the road? Probably immediately drive the other way, but these guys even decide to stop for a moment to see if they can find the figure. But as you might guess, the figure had already fled into the woods. So the real question is what was crossing the road there? And in the depths of the night, would you stop your car if you saw something like this? Let me know in the comments. The next moment was filmed with a Dashcam camera somewhere on a dark road in Singapore. At first, there was nothing strange to see on the road, but if you watch the video footage again in slow motion, you'll see a ghost on the left side of the screen. This ghost looks like a girl in a dress, or something like that, and it also looks like she's floating in the air. Right after this video was uploaded to YouTube, it went quite viral, and many people assumed that the ghost could be a lost soul of someone who had died in this place. However, other people claim that the video is fake and that there's nothing to be afraid of. Some other theories say that it might just be a person trying to cross the road. What do you think?
In March 2023, a truck driver passing through Arizona claimed his dashcam captured footage of what appeared to be a ghostly figure. William Church reported that on the night of March 11th, he was driving on SR 87, heading to Phoenix and Payson. Suddenly, he spotted a translucent figure on the side of the road, describing it as just standing there, with visible lines running through its legs. SR 87 has a notorious history of severe incidents, and serves as a major route for travelers heading to and from Arizona's mountain communities. While the nature of the figure remains unclear, whether it was a person, a ghost, or something else, it undeniably took on a human form, leaving William and the others questioning what exactly he encountered that night on the dark stretch of the road.
Of all the creepy creatures, Siren Head may be one of the most bizarre. This monster is an urban legend that has gained notoriety in recent years. Unlike the typical alluring siren, Siren Head is a hostile creature that produces terrifying alien noises that echo from its head. Siren Head is often depicted as an abnormally tall creation that can easily wade through the terrain. If we are to believe the following video, someone even captured it on Dashcam while parked with their car. Because of its menacing appearance and unsettling sounds, many people find it quite scary. In fact, people who have seen Siren Head claim it has left them with lasting psychological trauma. Although there's no concrete evidence that the creature exists, sightings continue to crop up, making the creepy legend even scarier. This video was uploaded on September 16, 2018, by a YouTube channel called Uber in a Tesla Model 3. Here we see the driver of the car with two women in the back seat, who he's bringing to their destination in the middle of the night. At some point, something scary happens. A white car passes by and comes to a stop in the middle of the road. The driver gets out and runs towards the Tesla. The man was smart enough that he locked his car. The driver of the white car knocks on the window of the Tesla and tells him, mumbling, to get out.
What's that?
You blew the fucking right leg. Get the fuck out of the car right now.
Whereupon the woman in the back seat says, drive away, because this is scary.
Just
not
go,
getting
just
out
go,
there.
go, just go.
At one point, they notice that the white car is chasing them, and the woman calls 911. When the police arrive, they explain the situation. But what happened to the driver of the white car is unclear. Fortunately, the driver of the Uber and the two women were okay, because things could have gone much worse.
In a bizarre twist, a man who fell asleep in an Uber was violently jolted awake by a terrifying nightmare. Watch this.
Where am I? What was that? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I just had a nightmare.
The incident occurred when the passenger, exhausted from a long day, fell asleep during the ride. However, he didn't expect his subconscious to take him on a terrifying journey, ultimately giving his Uber driver the fright of his life. Nightmares often tap into our deepest fears and anxieties, manifesting as terrifying scenarios that can leave us disoriented and anxious upon waking up. In this case, the man may have experienced a scenario where he was being chased, trapped, or confronted by menacing figures in his sleep. These common themes in nightmares can evoke an overwhelming sense of fear. The emotional intensity of such dreams can be so strong that they disrupt sleep, leading to what's known as night terrors. Night terrors, unlike regular nightmares, often occur during sleep and can result in an intense panic attack, accompanied by sudden awakenings. Fortunately, the Uber driver managed to keep control of the car, though he was certainly shaken by the passenger's loud scream.
An alarming incident was captured on Dashcam in a remote location, leaving many viewers uneasy. You might think this is a scene from a horror movie, but according to the person in the car, that wasn't the case. In the video, we see a four-legged creature running at full speed towards the car and jumping on top of it. The man in the car was scared and realized that he could be in danger. The creature moved on all fours in a way of walking that eerily resembled that of a chimpanzee. But to this day, it remains unclear what kind of creature it was. This encounter highlights a deep-rooted fear that many people have of creatures that are a mix of human and animal features. This fear is known as synanthropy. What do you believe this man captured on Dashcam with this monster? Let me know in the comments. You would think that grasshoppers wouldn't hurt anyone at first. They're generally small insects, but some can grow quite large. However, when they occur in swarms, it can look pretty terrifying. The following Dashcam footage was shot somewhere in Dagestan, a region of Russia. A truck comes across hundreds of millions of giant grasshoppers making their annual trek from North Africa or Asia and feeding on crops. In some cases, these insects cause tremendous damage to the farmers' crops. In this case, it was so bad that the Russian government had to declare a state of emergency. Kangaroos may look like cute animals, but they can be very aggressive towards people. They only do this, however, when provoked, or when their young is in danger. But imagine if you encountered a kangaroo at night. A car was chasing a kangaroo, and at one point, the kangaroo turns around and jumps on top of the car. Kangaroos have powerful hind legs and sharp claws, so you better watch out for these animals. In this video, a car was driving at night somewhere in Australia, and the kangaroo suddenly jumps on top of the car out of nowhere. It's safe to say that as a car driver in Australia, you better be careful when you encounter a kangaroo.
In this eerie dashcam video, a lone car drives along a pitch-black highway in the late hours of the night. The surrounding darkness creates an unsettling atmosphere as the vehicle moves forward. As the driver continues, they gradually overtake a few cars, including a large cement truck. Suddenly, without warning, the cement truck swerves abruptly to the side, almost causing a chain reaction among the other vehicles on the road. The driver instinctively slams on the brakes, narrowly avoiding a disaster. In the midst of this chaotic moment, something inexplicable happens. A figure stands motionless in the middle of the highway. The sight of this person immediately raises a series of questions. Where did they come from? Why are they standing in such a dangerous spot? The truck's sudden and wild maneuvers suggest that the driver may have seen something unusual. Could it be that the truck driver caught a glimpse of a ghostly apparition and swerved to avoid this mysterious figure? What do you think?
This is the last thing you want to experience while driving at night, seeing a dark, shadowy figure crossing the road in front of you. This happens in the United States, in Maine, a place where Stephen King based most of his novels on. Chet Cook was the driver, and vividly remembers his hair standing on end when he reviewed his dashcam footage. The video footage speaks for itself, showing a shadowy figure running across the street. The area where this happened is notorious for a number of nearby cemeteries. Some people speculate that there may have been a connection between paranormal activity and spirits. Although there's no definitive evidence that the cemetery is a hotspot for paranormal activity, many people wonder what kind of creature is crossing the road there. Similar sightings have been reported in other places, including the Burying Point Cemetery in Salem, Massachusetts. This place is said to be plagued by multiple ghosts. Colonial Park Cemetery in Savannah, Georgia is another location known for its spooky residents and people claiming to have seen strange, shadowy creatures. This video was uploaded to YouTube on November 20th, 2013, by a user named Illustrated Magazine. The video is said to have been recorded somewhere at night on a remote highway in Russia. At some point, something unexpected happens, which scared me too. Just take a look. As you see, suddenly a bunch of branches fell in the middle of the road. The driver was strict but managed to keep the car under control. He stops the car on the side of the road and the video ends. So what happened next isn't known. It's also unclear if someone threw the branches or if a tree fell over. Fortunately, this terrifying event had a happy ending, as far as I know, because it would have been a different story if the tree branches had come straight onto the car.
In a chaotic scene shared by the Berks County Sheriff's Office on Facebook, multiple people were seen frantically jumping out of a vehicle. According to reports, they were being pursued by police and came to a sudden stop. The video, dating back to 2016, highlights the challenges faced by authorities in the border town between the US and Mexico. Police officers were engaged in a high-speed chase after a traffic stop involving a stolen white Ford pickup truck. As the truck finally came to a halt, over a dozen people sprang out, some emerging from under the piles of wood stacked in the truck bed. Once free, the group scattered in all directions, attempting to flee and avoid arrest.
It's already scary enough to see a strange pale creature in the grass at night, but it gets even scarier when it jumps at you. This mysterious video has caused speculation and fear in the area. The video shows a strange pale creature quickly catching the person's attention before rushing towards the car. Initially, it was thought to be a giant deer, but the sudden movement and strange appearance left viewers wondering what it really was. One theory is that it could be a skinwalker, a creature that can shapeshift and appears in Navajo legends. According to Navajo folklore, a skinwalker has the ability to transform themselves into any animal they desire and have a malevolent intention towards humans. Although many reject the idea of skinwalkers as superstition, some believe that these creatures still exist and still perform dark magic. Skinwalker stories have been passed down from generation to generation among the Navajo, and many believe that even mentioning their name can bring bad luck or reveal their presence. Do you believe that this person actually captured a skinwalker on their dashcam? Or what else could this creature have been? If you're afraid of clowns, then you're going to find the following video pretty scary. Andrew, the one in this video, was on his way to a party with his friends when they suddenly encountered a clown. This is said to have happened in 2016, when clown sightings were very commonly reported in the United States and Canada. The people in their car started screaming, and we can see the clown running towards them with a broom in his hand. In yet another instance, a police car runs into two clowns on the side of the road. The clowns were unlucky to run into the police, as they were taken to the police station. What would you do if you encountered a clown? Let me know in those comments. This next video went viral for a while and was even posted by a national news program in the Philippines. The story is about a lady in white who would appear from time to time along the zigzag road in the town of Atamonan in Quezon. In the video footage, we can see that a car in the middle of the night manages to capture the white lady on their dashcam. The lady in white has long hair and is sitting in the back of a pickup truck, and the creepy thing is that she's not even moving. According to a paranormal investigator, mysterious things do happen in this area. The car driver decided to drive a little slower because he had gotten a little scared. Although the video went viral, local people say that they had known about the white lady haunting the area for years. Pretty creepy, don't you think?
In a striking dashcam clip, a man is driving along a road during daylight, and this road doesn't seem particularly remote. It's a relatively busy road frequented by many drivers, which only adds to the unsettling nature of the sighting. As the driver continues, the road curves, and just past the bend, he spots a jet black figure standing by the trees on the left side of the road. Upon closer inspection, the figure appears to be gigantic. Disturbingly, two horn-like protrusions are visible from the top of its head. Given these strange features, many people are quick to claim that this can't possibly be human. After all, what would possess a person to stand on the side of the road in an all-black suit like that? And if it is a human, why on earth does he have horns?
The following dashcam footage from a police car is one of the earliest and most credible Bigfoot sightings captured on camera. This happened somewhere in Georgia, USA, deep in the night. Many people have analyzed the video and believe that this could actually be a Bigfoot crossing the road. Fortunately for the officer, the creature only crossed the road and he did not come face to face with it. A group of miners claimed they were attacked by several large, hairy creatures. The miners reported that the creatures threw rocks at their cabin and tried to break into their homes. While some skeptics had dismissed their story as a hoax, others believe that this could be evidence of a Bigfoot aggression. Other people who claim to have had encounters with Bigfoot say that it's a shy creature. Some Bigfoot creatures are convinced that the creature mostly just wants to be left alone, and any aggressive behavior could be caused by people encroaching on its territory. This video is from a Facebook page called Sonoma Sheriff. The sheriff drives through an area during a huge forest fire in California in 2017. This was also one of the largest ever registered in California. As you see, the brave sheriff drove through the area to help everyone, while they didn't know which direction the fire was spreading. The specific road where he drove was the area of French Valley Road in Sonoma County. The Facebook message also says that they're proud of everyone who helped each other in times of danger, and that everyone had to stay calm and take care of your neighbors when needed. Furthermore, the message says that we have to be strong, and that we will get through it.
In a fascinating video that caught viewers' attention, an airplane is seen eerily hovering low above the ground, seemingly frozen in midair. Viewers were baffled by how this could be possible, as planes normally can't just stay still. The plane hangs motionless above the road, creating a spooky contrast with the moving cars. This raises some interesting questions about the physics of flight. In reality, airplanes are designed to stay in motion to generate lift. Aerodynamics dictate that a plane needs forward thrust to keep air moving over the wings, which is essential for staying airborne. To see a plane appearing to hover like this is extremely odd, unless we're living in a glitch in the Matrix. What do you think?
Slenderman is a modern myth that has become infamous for being involved in actual crimes, making it 100 times scarier. The character is typically depicted as a tall, thin man, dressed in a suit with a blank face. In addition, Slenderman has tentacle-like protrusions coming out of his back, adding to the creepiness. The concept of Slenderman first appeared in online forums in 2009 and has since become incredibly popular. The man we see driving in the car captured Slenderman with his dashcam somewhere in the United Kingdom. Although Slenderman has been spotted multiple times in the United States, he is said to have also appeared in other countries. The man in this video was scared and drove onto a grassy field where he stopped the car. Then we can see Slenderman walking towards him in this car's rearview mirror, and the video suddenly ends. Let's hope nothing serious happened to the man, and that he's okay. This is dashcam video footage filmed on February 25th of the year 2022, a day after Russia invaded Ukraine. The area where this took place was in Kharkiv, the second largest city in Ukraine. The dashcam footage shows several mortars falling on the road as a car driver tries to avoid them. I guess you could say he was very lucky, as the man managed to stay alive and safe. The video footage looks terrifying, and it's hard to imagine that such a thing still happens in the 21st century. Fortunately, the car driver was safe, and it seems that he managed to escape in a miraculous way. In the following dashcam footage coming from a police car, we see a giant spider walking by. We see an officer standing next to the car of a person who had probably been speeding. And from the left side of the image, we see a large spider coming out of the lawn, walking towards the officer. When the police officer watched the dashcam footage back himself, he was initially shocked too. But I gotta tell you, this wasn't a real giant spider, but only an optical illusion, because the spider is sitting on the windshield of the car. Imagine if you really encountered a giant spider that decided to run after you. I certainly wouldn't have felt safe in that area anymore.
On June 1st, 2021, a delivery driver named Norman Curry had a terrifying encounter while delivering diesel to private game reserves in the wildlife-rich Lowveld region of South Africa. While encounters with wildlife are often the highlight of this job, this one took a very different turn. Around midday, as he drove down a dirt road, he spotted a herd of elephants in the distance. To give the majestic animals some space, he slowed down. But suddenly, an aggressive elephant charged unexpectedly from the bushes next to the road, displaying alarming behavior. To scare off the massive animal, Norman revved his engine and banged on the door of his vehicle. At first, it seemed to work, as the elephant retreated into the bush. However, the 3.5-ton elephant quickly circled back, striking the front of Norman's vehicle with its tusks. At that moment, Norman tried to reverse to escape, but with a heavy trailer attached, maneuvering proved difficult. He had no choice but to wait it out, as the elephant continued its aggressive display. Thankfully, after a brief standoff, the elephant retreated, and Norman was unharmed, though his vehicle sustained an estimated $3,700 worth of damage.
We have now seen several creatures that you can describe at a glance what kind of creature it might be. But this next dashcam footage shows a strange creature emerging from the grass. According to the uploader, this video is from Barbados, an island in the Caribbean. All theories about the name and origin of this strange creature are welcome. We have no idea. Although there's no concrete evidence about if the video's real, other people claim that inexplicable creatures are most common in remote and isolated areas. The reasons for this are not entirely clear, but there are a few theories that attempt to explain why there are a few higher incidents of this type of activity in rural areas. Nevertheless, you never know. Imagine, you're driving through a rural area with nothing around you, and suddenly you see a strange creature emerge from the grass. What would you do? Drive back to see what it was, or hit the gas pedal and drive away?
An American couple found themselves in a terrifying roadside ambush orchestrated by masked bandits wielding machetes during a frightening incident. This happened on a dusty road somewhere in Kenya. Bryant and his wife Lauren, originally from Utah, were driving near Mai-Mahui on November 30th when 3 masked men ran toward their vehicle. The couple had moved to Nairobi with their 3 kids to open a CrossFit gym. In this video, they were passing a white van, which the gang had likely planned to rob, but instead the bandits rushed toward the American couple. Bryant had to quickly reverse, buying himself precious seconds to roll out the window before attempting to escape the dangerous situation. He then shifted gears and sped past the machete-wielding trio. Soon after, gunshots were heard, signaling a possible confrontation between the bandits and the police. Let's hope the machete-wielding criminals were eventually caught.
The following video was allegedly filmed somewhere in Russia, with a car's dashcam parked on the side of the road. Many people claim to have heard strange creatures and mysterious sounds in the area before. When we look at this video footage, we see a creature walking slowly on all fours. The first few cars were far enough away and didn't apparently notice anything. The pale creature, which casts a large shadow on the road, moves forward at a calculated pace until another car gets too close. The visibly startled creature seems to panic and dives back into the woods. Although there's no conclusive evidence about what the creature could be, various urban myths could be linked to the description. One possibility is that the creature could have been a skinwalker. Others speculate that it could be a Wendigo, a creature known as a cannibalistic spirit. In both cases, these myths depict the creatures as dangerous and potentially deadly. What do you think the man captured on his dashcam in this video? What this person encountered in the middle of a narrow road in the forest is quite mysterious and strange. After seeing this video, you probably don't dare go into the forest again. In the video footage, we see a creature that looks like a woman with extremely long fingers and a strange body shape. Unfortunately, not much information is available, but it's said that the video footage was taken by a local resident of this unknown village. Unfortunately, the video quality isn't that great, so it's difficult to see this in detail. Besides, we only see her back. As usual, people online have different opinions, of which some think the video might be fake. However, others think this might be a mermaid, or a creature that mutated in the forest. What do you think? A YouTuber named Alyssa Cross has uploaded a video on November 29th, 2016, in which she thinks she encountered a zombie. If you drive on a long road with forests around you and see this, what would you do? When I saw this video, it reminded me of an episode of The Walking Dead. Unfortunately, the video is also very short, so what happened next isn't really clear. But Alyssa did say she thought it was scary and drove off. It could also be that the person was under the influence of something. However, the strange way of walking can't really be explained. Many people in the comments believe that this was actually a zombie. What do you think? Let me know in those comments.
This next video, which went viral on TikTok, was uploaded on April 6, 2024, and has already racked up over 69 million views. It features a popular TikTok trend where users sync their car headlights to flash on and off to the beat of the song. The creator of this video decided to join in on the trend while filming alone in his car, but when he turned off the lights for the second time, a face suddenly appeared in the passenger seat. And when he switched the lights back on, the figure disappeared. At first, he didn't notice the creepy presence, but once he did, his expression changed to genuine fear. His reaction seemed especially authentic, which is one of the reasons the video gains so much attraction. Viewers are wildly speculating that he might be haunted by a ghostly spirit.
In the worst case scenario, a dog runs across the highway, causing drivers to be distracted and everyone's in danger. But in the worst case scenario, it's a creature of unknown origin that doesn't look like anything we know. This dashcam footage captured something that frightened everyone. This creature crossing the road somewhere in the United Kingdom appears to have bent legs. According to several people, it cannot be a dog or a small deer. The sighting corresponds to several urban legends in the area, including the legend of the Beast of Bodmin Moor, a large and mysterious wildcat-like creature that has been seen in the area for decades. Another urban myth in the area is the Black Shuck, a large black dog with glowing eyes that is said to roam the countryside. However, what we see crossing the road here remains a mystery to this day.
A group driving through a remote wooded area late at night had the misfortune of experiencing a nightmare scenario. As they drove along the dark road, they accidentally hit what they thought was an animal. Shocked and terrified, they stopped the car. But as they got closer, they saw the figure start to change before their eyes. In a moment of sheer terror, they turned on their headlights, revealing a creepy, human-like figure that jumped onto the hood of the car. Cloaked in what appeared to be a robe or shroud, the figure sent chills through the group, freezing them in place. Panicking, they quickly shifted into reverse and sped away towards the nearest police station to report the terrifying encounter. To their relief, the officer listened closely and believed their story, informing them that similar strange occurrences have been reported on that very road, possibly linked to a shapeshifter or skinwalker.
Whether you believe in Bigfoot or not, there have been numerous sightings captured on camera in which people believe this ape-like creature really exists. The following video was originally filmed in 2016 in Russia, and this dashcam footage has experts scratching their heads. The people sitting in the car were driving on a forest-like road somewhere in the southwestern part of the Ural Mountains, when they saw something running towards them which looked very much like Bigfoot. If you look closely, the creature appears to be walking on all fours in a gorilla-like manner, which makes it very believable. What do you guys think? Could Bigfoot exist, or what else could it be? Enough about ghosts and scary creatures for now. How about if you encounter a dangerous tiger at night? This could be pretty terrifying too. In this video, a driver decides to stop the car for a moment because he saw something sitting in the grass. What he saw in the grass was in fact a tiger. At one point, a motorcyclist passes by, and see for yourself what happens. We don't know why the tiger jumped at the bikers, but luckily they got away with the scare. Then the tiger ran back into the forest and never came back. We can only imagine what could have happened if the tiger had succeeded in his jump.
A car is steadily driving along a semi-busy road in the dead of night, the headlights illuminating the pavement while the rest of the world is swallowed by darkness. At first glance, this seems like nothing more than ordinary dashcam footage. However, as the camera keeps rolling, something happens that transforms this mundane drive into something mysterious. A bright blue light flashes across the sky above, and if you aren't paying close attention, you might miss it entirely, as the object quickly shoots past the frame. The sudden appearance has reignited speculations about the unidentified flying objects. For decades, drivers around the world have claimed to see strange phenomena during nighttime drives, often reporting glowing orbs and alien-like crafts. Many of these reports come from people driving on remote roads, where the vast expanse of the night sky is more visible. This particular incident caught on Dashcam joins the long list of UFO sightings that have piqued the curiosity of both skeptics and believers.
When this car was driving somewhere in Russia, the unexpected happened. He was calmly driving through the busy city when it gradually started to get darker outside. Out of nowhere, the earth in front of him burst open and a winged creature emerged from the depths. According to various people in the comments, this creature resembled Muto, a fictional monster from the Godzilla movies. The creature was visible for a few seconds thanks to the dashcam footage before it eventually flew away again. Some people say that the earth suddenly opened up and it was a sinkhole, but that the flying creature was created with digital animation. A sinkhole is when a limestone relatively easily dissolves in groundwater, gradually creating an empty cavity. This makes the ground unstable and can lead to a sinkhole. Whether there are really creepy creatures lurking in sinkholes is another question. Probably not. But we must say that the dashcam footage looks quite realistic. This moment was captured on a dashcam somewhere in Russia several years ago. The video had been circulating on YouTube for years, and it's still unclear what is actually happening. As you can see, there's a car standing still in front of a traffic light. As soon as the car turns left, you can see that there's no incoming traffic. Then this happened. Just look. The car has to stop suddenly because another car appears out of nowhere. The strange thing about this video is that a second car on the right side also stops, while there's nothing to see at all on the dashcam. If you have an idea or think that you know the answer to this mysterious moment, please let me know in the comments.
Think anyone would believe you if you said you were late to work or school because a plane landed in traffic? In August 2019, a small plane experiencing engine trouble made an emergency landing during a morning rush hour just outside of Seattle. Officer Clint Thompson was driving along State Route 7, south of Seattle and west of Tacoma, when he noticed a single-engine propeller plane rapidly descending toward the road. Realizing the plane was about to land on the highway, he immediately activated his lights to stop traffic, allowing the plane to use the road as an improvised runway. Dashcam footage from Thompson's patrol car captured the moment that the plane touched down and rolled to a stop at a red traffic light. Remarkably, this was the first time in his 21-year career that Thompson had assisted a plane landing on a public road. Thankfully, no one was injured during this extraordinary event.
The farther away from civilization you get, the stranger things seem to become. An oil field worker near the border of Banff Park in Nordegg, Alberta, drove away in his car when he saw a dark figure in the woods. The worker only noticed the creature hours later when reviewing the footage. Many people in the comments say that this is one of the most credible Bigfoot sightings in recent years. The phenomenon of Bigfoot originated from Native American folklore, with stories of a hairy humanoid creature roaming in the wild. The term Bigfoot was coined in the 1950s after a series of reported sightings in California. Since then, the legend of Bigfoot has grown, with thousands of sightings and alleged photographic evidence becoming more frequent. Despite the numerous sightings and evidence, there's never been convincing proof of the existence of Bigfoot. Believers in this creature, however, point to the consistency of sightings as evidence of its authenticity. As there has been other sightings in the vicinity of Alberta, it's believed that the Bigfoot is part of the same Bigfoot family. Imagine you're out driving your car at night and you suddenly come across a figure standing in the middle of the road without moving. This happened to a man named Dave, and although we don't know where this takes place, it's pretty creepy to come across something like this. The description of the video says that it's a ghost that was captured on Dashcam, but in my opinion, it looks more like a real person. Although, some people in the comments say that the figure does look very pale and seems to have no arms. The strange thing about this event is that the figure doesn't move, or even react when the car is driving towards him. Some people in the comments say that at one point, they also saw orbs of light flying by. Light orbs are considered ghosts by believers of the paranormal. What do you think? Is this a real ghost, or just a man who is confused? Let me know in the comments. What we see in this next dashcam video footage is pretty strange and cannot be explained. On a foggy day, a car is driving at an unknown location, where it's also been snowing a lot. What he comes across at one point is an old creepy woman standing still in the middle of the road. It looks like she's frozen, and she can't move herself. Some people in the comments say that maybe the woman was having pains in her back, but of course, it's still strange why she was leaning forward in a very unnatural position. However, there are some people who say this could be a glitch in the Matrix. Unfortunately, it's unknown what happens next, but we see the car driver puts his car on the side of the road. He probably went to see what was going on, but unfortunately, we'll never know how the story ended.
In April 2016, a shocked motorist claimed to have captured dashcam footage of what she believed to be the ghost of a deceased bride. This spirit is said to haunt a notorious accident spot where a newlywed woman tragically died nearly 3 decades earlier. This forest road is infamous for its dangerous curves and has been the site of numerous accidents, with 10 crashes occurring in just 1 year. Karina, a driver from Moscow, was traveling on this road when she noticed a faint silhouette resembling a young woman in a wedding dress. The local Russian residents tell the story of a wedding party that was involved in a tragic accident in 1989. The newlyweds were on their way to the park to celebrate with friends when their vehicle collided with a truck on a dangerous curve. While the groom miraculously survived, the bride tragically lost her life in the crash. This heartbreaking story has fueled a growing number of mysterious reports from drivers on this road, including tales of ghostly apparitions.
A man was driving his car somewhere in a forest when he encountered a strange creature at some point. Unfortunately, not much information is known about the area where this happened. But if we look closely, we see a humanoid creature that looks pink and crawls on hands and feet. The man in the car was scared and quickly decided to reverse. The creature seemed to have a longer neck than a normal person, so some thought it might not be a human, but another kind of creature or human hybrid. Unfortunately, it's unclear why the man was taking a ride in a dark forest. There's better things to do in the evening, such as maybe watching TV. What would you do if you encountered this creature in the dark? Would you drive away as quick as possible, or would you want to examine the creature up close? This video was uploaded to a YouTube channel called Trending Videos on September 27th, 2017. We see a car driving at night on a dark road. When it arrives at a bend, he suddenly sees a man in a suit holding a suitcase and an umbrella in his hand. When the strange man notices the car, he runs to the side of the road, and suddenly we see another man who looks exactly the same. They both run away and end up with a whole group that all wear the same clothes. After that, they all seem to move up and down, which is very strange behavior. Furthermore, the camera catches a person holding a flare or fire, which many people thought had to do with a bizarre ritual meeting. But that's not all. Just before the video ends, we see someone else in the video. This figure is holding a stick and a creepy mask of a devil on his head. I have no idea what this is all about, but this is one of the scariest and strangest videos I've ever seen. Mothman is a legendary creature that originates from Point Pleasant, West Virginia, and is said to resemble a moth with glowing red eyes. It's considered a harbinger of doom and often appears just before disaster occurs. Mothman was first seen in 1966, and the sightings continued until 1967. During this time, there were multiple reports of strange events, including mysterious lights, UFO sightings, and strange creatures. Mothman was even captured on Dashcam once after chasing cars at speeds of 100 miles per hour or 160 kilometers per hour. One of the most famous sightings occurred just before the collapse of the Silver Bridge. On December 15, 1967, the bridge suddenly collapsed and 46 people were killed. Many people believe that the Mothman's appearance shortly before the tragedy was a warning of the impending disaster. Other sightings have been reported in various parts of the United States, including Pittsburgh and Pennsylvania, where a group of construction workers claim to have seen the Mothman. However, all reports describe the same kind of creature, a dark, humanoid figure with large wings and glowing red eyes. The following dashcam footage is from the year 2013, and we see a luminous object flying through the sky. A police officer was doing his patrol on this Saturday night when he captured the strange light on his dashcam. But you're probably thinking right now, what's so creepy about this? The creepy thing about this is that nothing could be recovered from the meteorite later on. This caused people to think that it might have been a UFO. The police officer himself thought it was initially a fireball that lit up the entire sky. Could it be that it was still a meteorite, but they just couldn't find it again? Or could it have been something else after all? What do you think? It looks like this video footage was filmed in hell, and it's incredible how this was all captured with a dashcam. The video footage was taken at Fort McMurray, a municipality in Canada, and it shows many flames alongside the road, which looks very scary. Imagine yourself in such a situation. Mikkel, the person in the video, said he came home from a night shift and was told his neighborhood was being evacuated. The man grabbed everything he could, jumped in his car, and drove off. The dashcam footage shows him driving through the suburbs as flames tore through the trees alongside the road. The man also said that he'd felt wind blowing into the flames and that it felt very hot. The story has a happy ending though, as Mikkel was thankfully okay.
This video, posted on February 17, 2024, shows a disturbing scene where a driver and their passenger are stuck in standstill traffic, surrounded by a line of trucks. While they wait, the passenger notices something strange in the back of the middle truck. Upon closer inspection, they zoom in to reveal a human hand sticking out through a hole in the trailer. But why would someone be trapped in the back of a truck? There seems to be no legitimate reason for someone to be in there. And the desperate movements of the waving hand suggest the person is in distress, desperately trying to get attention. This unsettling scene has sparked much speculation among commenters, with many suggesting it could be a kidnapping, or possibly a ghost trapped inside the truck. The lack of context around the video has left viewers uneasy, wondering what happened next. However, it's unclear whether the people who captured the footage took any action, such as alerting the authorities.
Godzilla is a gigantic monster that first appeared in the eponymous Japanese film in 1954. Since then, the character has appeared in numerous films, TV shows, and video games. But there's also people who have uploaded videos on YouTube claiming to have encountered Godzilla in real life. In the following video, a man is sitting calmly in his car when the gigantic monster suddenly emerges from behind a mountain. According to the man, the surroundings began to tremble. Afterwards, Godzilla allegedly caused a lot of destruction, and at the end of the video, the dashcam even breaks. We couldn't see what happened next, but let's hope that this didn't actually happen. Because if you were to encounter Godzilla in real life, the best thing you could do was run away as fast as possible. Godzilla has enormous strength and the ability to breathe radioactive fire. This video was uploaded to YouTube on October 2nd, 2016, by a user named Shirley Adams. In this video, you can see the truck arriving at a roadblock. A very large group of people have placed trees in the middle of the road. Because of this, the driver stops, and suddenly you see even more people stepping over the crash barrier and walking towards the truck. The people start throwing stones in an attempt to break the windows. The driver had enough and honks the horn, and decides to drive over the trees. Luckily, he escaped, because I wonder what else could have happened to him. In the comments, I read that these might have been the migrants from Calais, France, who tried to enter the town of Dover in England in many different ways. A large group of people running at you can be quite terrifying, but fortunately, this driver was smart enough to get away.
On a dark night in Victorville, California, on June 17, 2024, a mother and her son were driving along a busy highway, surrounded by towering mountains. As they followed the road, they noticed something was strange in the distance, high up in the rugged terrain. The duo claimed they had spotted what they believed to be Bigfoot, or another cryptid creature. This was especially intriguing because the mountainous area is said to be inaccessible to the general public, making it an unlikely spot for any human presence. The woman who witnessed the sighting insists that the figure was not human, but it was something much larger. Upon analyzing still images from the video, the figure appeared to have a brown color, as well as a broad dome-shaped head and a muscular build. The way it moved didn't seem to match normal human movement, fueling speculation that this was no ordinary encounter. While some remain skeptical and chalk it up to a case of mistaken identity, the mother's convinced they saw something extraordinary. Maybe not Bigfoot, but certainly some kind of cryptid being.
Can you imagine being a police officer responding to a call about a 10-foot or 3-meter-long monster blocking the road? An officer from Arlington responded to this call and was initially terrified when he saw the figure himself. The timing of the call was suspicious, as it was exactly 1 week before Halloween. That being said, Halloween originated from the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain. During Samhain, it's believed that the souls of the deceased loved ones would return to the world of the living, and people would light bonfires and wear costumes to ward off evil spirits. Many creatures are associated with Halloween and would roam the streets on this night. Some of the most well-known creatures include ghosts, witches, vampires, and zombies. Luckily, the officer only encountered a man dressed up as a scary creature, but it's still pretty creepy, don't you think? Imagine you're with some friends driving through the forest somewhere near an unknown area while it's pitch dark, and you suddenly see a white shape in the distance. Normally, people would drive away instantly, but this group of friends got out of their car and decided to take a closer look. Apparently, this wasn't a good decision because something happened that made them quickly run back to their car. But instead of driving away, they decide to go in the direction of the figure standing still in the middle of the road. One of the boys in the car starts screaming out of fear, while the car driver slowly drives past the figure. The opinions of the people in the comments are divided. Some think it might be a ghost, while others say it was probably one of their friends. This last video definitely deserves to be in first place, because after you see this, you won't dare drive at night. The dashcam video footage was filmed by a person named Mitch Kuhn from Sydney, Australia. While driving, he suddenly noticed something that he thought was at first a child. The man decided to post the video on the internet, and he claims that this mysterious child had disappeared out of nowhere when he was driving back. People in the comments suggest that it was not a child, but a ghost, dressed in blue clothes. So unfortunately, this is another video that we'll probably never get the answer to. We can only guess whether it was a child or a real ghost.
Just like the famous myth of the Lady in White, there are also stories of the Lady in Red. The Lady in Red is often described as a beautiful woman, dressed in a striking red gown. Her appearance is usually linked to a specific location, such as a haunted house, a desolate road, or a historic site. In this case, a car was driving along a remote mountain road late at night. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a strange bright red figure appeared on the right side of the road, and their dashcam captured this unsettling encounter. The figure was dressed in a vividly bright red robe or gown. Since they were miles away from any signs of civilization, many are left wondering what a person could be doing in such a remote location. Some speculate that it might be a paranormal apparition, while others believe the figure could be part of a cult holding a secret gathering deep inside the mountains. In some versions of the legend, the Lady in Red is portrayed as a vengeful spirit, seeking retribution against those who wronged her or others.
Is it a mysterious creature? A ghost? Or what else could this strange figure be in the middle of the road at night? In any case, it's certainly enough to send shivers down somebody's spine. As we can see, the car in front of the person filming had to swerve to avoid the figure. But why is there a figure standing in the middle of the road? It's certainly creepy, and some people say it might be an alien. Others say it looks more like a ghost. Although it's unknown where this was filmed, there are several famous roads where sightings of ghosts standing in the middle of the road have been reported. One such road is Clinton Road in New Jersey, which has a long history of paranormal activity and is home to a creepy ghost woman in white. Another spooky road is Shades of Death Road in Warren County, also in New Jersey. In Texas, there's the Devil's Backbone, a scenic road that winds through hill country and is known for the ghosts of Spanish conquistadors and Native American warriors. And in England, there's the A229, a road in Kent where numerous sightings of the Blue Bell Hill Ghost have been reported. This video was uploaded on June 27, 2015, by a user named Ghost Shots. Here we see the policeman named Malik driving around at 3 a.m. When he quietly drives over the road, something lights up on the left side of the forest. He decides to take a look and sees a woman standing with her head down, looking at the flame underneath her. She crossed her arms, and according to the people in the comments, she even seems to float a little. After a few seconds, she sticks out her arms, which looks like some kind of ritual gesture. People in the comments think that she's doing witchcraft, and that she's performing certain rituals in order to obtain supernatural powers to control people or events. I have no idea if this video is real, but if it is, it would be quite terrifying to encounter such a person in the middle of the night.
In a chilling video captured on a rainy day, a driver was cruising down a deserted road surrounded by dense forests. The rhythmic sound of raindrops on the windshield sets a somber tone as the car rolls along the empty roadway. However, upon reviewing the footage, a creepy detail emerges. Among the trees lining the road, a ghostly figure appears to be hovering in the branches, and it's downright unsettling. This eerie apparition resembles a spectral presence, almost like a death echo, a phenomenon where someone's final moments are replayed in a haunting loop. Death echoes are often described as residual hauntings, where the energy or essence of a tragic event lingers at that location. These echoes can manifest as visual apparitions, sounds, or sensations that evoke the emotions and experiences of those who have passed. In this case, the figure hanging in the trees seems to embody the sadness and despair of a lost life. Pretty creepy, right? Do you have a dash cam, and have you ever caught something strange in your car? If so, share your story, and don't forget to subscribe for more creepy encounters and mysterious sightings. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos we've made, click one on the screen or take a look at the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.